Hello and welcome to episode 36 today. Sorry, I just had to double check that. We are 36 episodes and I keep saying that the goal was 52 and we're not a million miles off. Getting a little bit closer to Christmas. Lockdown, or I say lockdown, a tier 3 situation is going on at the moment. Fuck the government, wasted everyone's time. As if 5 days over Christmas, they're buying people's time, basically to get them back on their side. Furlough scheme actually got extended today, which I believe would mean that there is another lockdown pending, and there is research or some statistic to show that every day, that for these 5 days that we are allowed to visit family or whatever over Christmas, for every day is, I believe, 5 or 7 days that we have to go into a lockdown, which will be over 5 weeks. Anyway, episode 36 in fitness and in health. For the very, let's say, or for the everyday person, hopefully as we get older, we realise that our health is more important than our fitness, okay? And I think this is heavily influenced by the environment that you're in. And I think people need to be educated on this. And well, hopefully we do. We realise that our health is more important than our fitness. And some of you might be like, eyeballing me, whatever it's called, thinking, what is he talking about? But we no longer, hopefully we no longer worry so much about how we lift or how quickly we do things. We just want to be healthy. We want to live a healthier lifestyle. Now, obviously these things are relevant, okay? There is metrics from the data that you record that you want to improve and stuff like that. I'm not saying that fitness is not something that we should prioritize, okay? But healthy can mean different things to different people. Personally, to me, it means along the lines of, moving injury-free, having a balance, having the physical capacity to go and exercise and complete fitness, your internal organs functioning very well, your state of mind being in a peaceful place. That for me is kind of summarizing like being healthy, okay? Now, we focus, I think, on going 0 to 100, like that. Drake lyrics, 0 to 100 real quick. Some of us have been able to scale that down and go from 0 to 10, but actually what happened to scaling that even further and going from 0 to 1? This will lead us to a lot more lessons. It will teach us to learn a lot more about ourselves through a gradual progression. We don't have to go from 0 to 10. There are 9 things or 10 things that you learn before you get to 10. So why do we want to go from 0 to 10 straight away? Now, earlier I said about heavily depends on the environment. I think also, what you surround yourself with. If you are around people, that constantly prioritize their fitness, and I'm not saying that's wrong, but there are detrimental things that you can do that will, in that aspect of following fitness and putting fitness first. And I think that probably happens to a lot of us, in our teens, late teens and 20s, where because we feel physically capable of doing anything, we don't care how we do things, we just go and do it. And then when we get into our 30s and 40s, we kind of figure out, shit, I wish I knew things earlier on, or I could have done it a little bit better. And that's what I mean by that. Now, every time you fail at something, rather than it being like, why does it keep happening to me? Look at what it's trying to teach me. If you keep getting injured, if you keep failing at a lift, or you keep failing at your nutrition, what is that trying to teach you? We sacrifice our health as everyday people to just improve our fitness. For what? To claim that we've done a workout faster than everyone else? To claim that we've got the biggest deadlift? To claim that we've got the back squat? Like, who gives a fuck? Really? Yes, though, as I said, there's metrics that you want to know. You want to know that you are improving. You want to know there is certain strength, but strength is relative to the current position you're at. Now, there is a point, actually, before I get to that, let's say that your health has a relationship with your fitness, but you get to decide what kind of relationship you have with it. Now, there is a point where you can balance your health and fitness. And personally, that is when you have a balance of your lifestyle. You prioritize your health in most situations, and you improve your fitness as a result and through progressive training. Now, some of us are going to say, but I make conscious, healthy choices, and I'm going to tell you, quite honestly, that you don't. We're not born to have a balance, and it's very hard to learn that skill. And I'm pretty confident that I'm yet to meet someone with that perfect balance. And sometimes I sit there and wonder, where did it all go wrong in the fitness industry? that the industry told us lies, and the industry became more about social media and how to take someone's money at the click of a button, empty promises and doing this and doing that. Society and the media, social media, leads us to believe that we should have a six-pack as men and women should have a size 6 waist, and we walk into our gym with a decaf, extra shot, mocha, frappe, latte, appuccino. You know, what's that about? But that's what's portrayed. Obviously, there's a slight exaggeration. It's an extra shot, mocha. I'm joking. Anyway, who knows? But you know, we can certainly ignore that stuff and aim to become healthier and better versions of ourselves. If we just ignore that stuff and block it, report it, delete it, get rid of it, then all this toxic waste and toxic information we just got to eradicate it. And we've got to get rid of the bullshit. The magic is in the journey you take and the changes that you make along the way. It also amazes me, and it's such a shame how people are willing to trade their health for wealth, but when it comes to getting health back, they're not willing to even give up a small piece of their wealth. And that, I mean that by, like, you know, overworking, committing to work, or, you know, when I say giving up a piece of their wealth, it's like parting with finances to improve their health, you know, through investments in themselves, through investing in their health. The truth is, you can always make more money. You can make it back, but you can't with your health. It's a lot harder. If there are things inside of you that don't necessarily run very well, or there is a massive health concern, that can be a lot harder. And it doesn't matter how much money or time in the world that you have. Some of that stuff is very hard to improve, and that's why it's important to fix that first and prioritize our health more than our fitness. Now, this mainly applies to people who are like, oh, you know, I need to go to the gym, I need to start training, I want to try CrossFit because I saw a transformation on Instagram, or someone said you burn loads of calories, you know, and the same person goes, oh, lockdown made me put weight on. No, motherfucker. Lockdown didn't make you put weight on. Those habits didn't start because of lockdown. You were always doing them, but you were directing that it was lockdown, that it was lockdown's fault because it makes you feel better. It's good for your ego when we can't take responsibility of the fact that actually we've got a problem, and do we want to do something about it? Kind of. Do we want to part maybe with money to do something about it? Probably not. Do we think we could do this on our own? Probably. But do I need help? Yes. So we've got to prioritize these things. You don't need more HIIT workouts or train twice a day. You also don't need to starve yourself on 1,200 calories. You don't need to do a juice cleanse at all, and you don't need to join a gym on top of a membership, CrossFit membership, and do more. You don't need to live this life where more is less and constantly 100 miles on the go. You don't have to do any of those things. But you do need to prioritize your health and well-being. You do need to be more consistent with hydrating yourself throughout the day with water. We spoke about this last week. Adults can't drink water, can't get 2.5 litres in. It blows my mind. You do need to start regulating your sleep patterns and get 7 hours. Go into bed at consistent times. You do need to eat more greens. You do need to eat a protein source in each meal, regardless of whether you're vegetarian or not. You do need to have a balance of strength, interval, cardio-based training, which, by the way, CrossFit will do for you. You do need to do all those things in order to prioritize your health. Okay, you do need to go out for walks. You do need to spend time with your friends. When I go out for walks, it's not because from an active point of view as in you have to go and burn more calories. And if that's what you thought, you need to prioritize and change your mindset on that. What I mean by that is it's good for your mental state. Being out in the fresh air, coming in line with your thoughts, appreciating the things around you, the leaves, the trees, how things around us are even there. You absolutely do need to spend time with friends and socialize. You do need to listen to your favorite music. You do need to laugh and smile every day. Those things will have such an impact on your health. Forget your fitness in that respect. Okay, those things are much more important. If you can dial down on those things that I've listed, I believe, personally, that your fitness will improve as a result of that, because you're heavily invested in you. And then as a result of that, that's where it improves. Trainers, CrossFit coaches, they can't force you to eat healthier. The same way a financial advisor can't increase your income. But they all give you the tools. This has to be an internal choice. You want to have to make the change, not because you need to, but because you want to. Internally, you deep down, you want to. And at some point, you do have to take the initiative with the tools that you've been given to get on and go and do it. And it's actually really funny because you would watch an entire series of Netflix, even when the first series is so slow, just because someone told you, it gets better. Most of us do that. There are a few people that, you know, give up after, you know, not give up, they just tune out of it after the first one. But what if you looked at your goals that way? What if you tuned into your life and your choices the same way you tune into a program every day? You have that dial in, you know, you get onto that sofa, you're like, oh, looking forward to it. You look forward to it the whole day, you sit there, and the energy and the concentration you put on to watch that. What if you've done that with your health and you've fine-tuned yourself about yourself to think that way? The whole approach of we only live once, like, is, for me, is a little bit wrong. And I think you're wrong, if that's what your attitude is towards it, because we only die once, but we live every day. And that's why it's so important, I believe, to put your health and prioritize that above everything else. We are all on our own journey, and it's not helpful to compare yourself to others. And I want to finish on, if the version of you from 5 years ago could see yourself right now, would they be proud? Or would they say that you've given up and made bad choices?